and welcome back to Adorabuild. And in today's video we are going to be taking a closer look at my mini doll display shelves. So this is pretty much what I look at when I am live streaming. So before we look at these in more detail, let's go back and have a look at where this started from. Okay, so now that we have seen where this used to be, let's take a look at where this is currently at. This is not finished yet either, by the way. So over here on this section, I have my collection of Vidiyo figs, which I absolutely love. They are so cute and colourful and fun. And you can see here on some of them, I have been able to add in like their little Alban tile, but I still need to do that on a few of them. So some of them don't actually have those tiles in there yet, which is fine. I've got plenty of time. And then you can also see that I do have a couple of empty display cases because I am still missing 3 of the Vidiyo figs. And then over here behind these figs, you can actually see that I've got all the display tiles there as well. And I didn't have quite enough space to fit all of them into the rows, so I do have a couple of like the little alien figs here. I do really love these like little round friends pods, but I'm not too sure whether or not they are going to stay there. As we move up above the Vidiyo figs, I do have all my princess books so far, and then also my Maleficent mock over here as well, which is also a repaint of that mini doll too. So she was one of my first Halloween repaint mini dolls, and I'm still super proud of how she came out. That's Maleficent, the fairy version based on the first movie. Again, all the storybooks there, obviously in colour-coded rainbow order. Over here I do have Elsa and Anna, and then I've got Jack and Sally in the same display case, and then I've got the little Cheshire Cat there as well. I do want to do an Alice in Wonderland repaint at some stage too. Haven't gotten around to it yet. Then we have the next shelf up. I was able to fit in Fred and Wilma and Barney and Betty. And then I have my gorgeous Trolls minifigs as well. They are so super cute. I love them. They are so adorable. I didn't put all of them into display cases because these taller figs and then also some of the little pink trolls as well were a little bit too tall for the display cases. And because I don't have enough display cases, I was just like, that's fine. Then I've got some of my cute and colourful space figs from the Lego Movie 2. And then around the corner I have more Lego Movie 2 figs as well. So that sort of connects those there too. But above the trolls, oh, if I can get my arm up that high, we have Harry Potter books. So we've got all the books there so far, as well as the Book of Monsters. I've got the founding creators there as well that we got from one of the castles, one of the big castles, I think the Mike Pascal castle, and my lovely little Ravenclaw trunk as well. At the moment over here I do have my little Mickey symbol that we got with the Steamboat Willie set. I do want to make that look a little bit better in there as well. And then I have a little handful of Disney figs there still in display cases. But probably what's going to be happening on this top shelf, you can see that it is very, very empty, and that's because I do have some picture frames coming. And probably the Disney castle will end up going over to the other side above the Mickey Mouse little sign there from Steamboat Willie, just to fill up that end corner. And I do, like I said, I do have 3 frames coming to put up the top here. I think I can fit 5 frames in there though, so that's the plan with that. On the top shelf I do have a Unikitty display frame to come in, so I do have some of my Unikitty figs here, and then I've also got a frame for the Looney Tunes as well as the Muppets as well. I think that my Disney figs will also be going on the top shelf, but I'm not entirely sure which way I want to display them. So that's a decision once the first 3 frames come into play. Now as we move back down We've been with the Spaceman. We've seen some of the Lego Movie 2 figs as well, so they're in there too. So some of the really cute mini dolls, of course, I am a huge mini doll fan, but I do have a few of the wild styles over here, and a little Emma as well. Had to include at least one of him. I do have one of the little brick built queen whatevers over here as well. Banana, who is obviously completely iconic and amazing, is there too. And then I have some of my Unikitties running along here as well. And then we've got the lovely little zebra that was driving the party bus there as well. Do have some of the band girlies there too that we got in Lego Movie 2, but I've also put the carnival dancer and the ladybug here as well. Got space for 2 more display figs as well. Look at that quality craftsmanship here as well. Oh my gosh, that's just stunning. And Tinkerbell is there as well. Try and get rid of the glare. Then we've got the Wizard of Oz figs. Then I've got a couple of my little Mandalorian brick heads, which was actually a gift from one of my friends. So absolutely lovely. So they're staying there as well. And then we've got Sesame Street over here too. We're now back at Maleficent, and obviously moving along from Maleficent, I do have my official Maleficent mini dolls, and then my Sleeping Beauty Aurora mini dolls as well, with a couple of fairies. Then we've got Snow White. I'm trying to avoid the glare here. We then move on to Raya, which is gorgeous. Those figs were absolutely amazing and I love them. Then we've got Beauty and the Beast. So we've got a little Beauty and the Beast section, a few little Milan figs as well. Then we've got some Olafs. We've got Sven the reindeer as well as Kristoff, some gorgeous Annas as well. So lots of different Anna dresses, so really, really gorgeous there. Then we move in to the springtime mini dolls and over into Elsa in all of her Frozen outfits, including her official queen gown that we got with the beautiful Ice Castle set as well. And then we've also got a couple of extra little reindeers and stuff happening here before we move over into Tangled. So we do have our, oh gosh, what's his face? I can't remember his name off the top of my head. Then we've got our beautiful Rapunzel dolls, and then we've got Cassandra's, including my Cassandra Moonstone mini doll repaint. Underneath those princesses, we then come to a few of the DC superhero girls. So I do have a couple of Wonder Woman here, as well as a couple of the figs tagged onto the end. And then I've got all the DC superhero girls, including 2 different versions of Poison Ivy, because I do really love this Poison Ivy hairpiece, which actually came with the minifig, not the official mini doll. So she's in there twice. We've got a couple of Harley Quinns in here as well. My beautiful Catwoman repaint that Kourtney did for me. Batgirl, Wonder Woman, The Flash, Steve Trevor and Supergirl. Then we move over into the Little Mermaid, so back to the princesses. So the Little Mermaids are below some of the Frozen characters, just so that you can orientate yourself again. A lot of the sisters are repaints as well. Alana just had a little bit of a repaint for her crown because I wanted to add in a few like little purple details on that. And then we also got the red sister, who I can't remember her name right off the top of my head either. Lots of mermaids. Then we've got the King and Queen here as well. The Queen is a little bit of a custom design where I used the Ariel hair piece from the mini figure. We obviously have Ursula here as well. There is a space here too. I'm not too sure what's going to go there. Then we've got lots of ball gowns and Prince Eric. I've got a couple of display cases here set aside for Moana and her mum for the 2023 sets, which I haven't been able to get hold of. But then we've got more Moanas. We've got Maui there as our big fig. We've got Merida with a little bit of space above Merida for her new Merida version. And Merida's also in there with all her brothers as bears. We've got Tiana, then we've got Cinderella, all the way along here and then back to the Vidiyo figs. Then we move back down to the bottom shelf again. I have started to put together my Encanto mini dolls, and obviously there will be a few repaints to come with that as well. Then I do have my favourite mini dolls from the Magical Carnival series that we got last year in Friends. I do have my 5 gold mini dolls in their display cases here as well. There is like a little video about my version of the gold mini dolls that we all deserved from Friends but we didn't get. A whole heap of dots bracelets, obviously in rainbow color coded order. My plan is to actually figure out a way that I can actually maybe hang these bracelets or display these bracelets underneath the shelf here in like a little row. I think that that would be really cute. Plus it would then free up this shelf over here. We're also not going to comment on my workmanship here. This really frustrated me because it lines up beautifully at the back and then at the front it's chaos and a mess, but it's fine. My craftsmanship is acceptable. You can see that it goes from poor quality to poor quality again to like not too bad to like perfection and perfection. So as we go up it does get better, but it's also super frustrating that when you line up these IKEA shelves at the back they don't necessarily line up at the front, but it's fine, it's fine. I've also got my Batman figs here as well, so they also might need to find a little bit of a home somewhere too because they're really cute and iconic and adorable, but I've run out of these display cases, so we'll see. And then I've also got all the Friends characters from the TV show. So from Central Perk and then also from Monica and Joey's apartments here too. That's sort of like the main overview of this wall so far. As you can see, there's still a lot of work to be done. The shelves up the top need to be finished off, the bracelets need to find their home somewhere under here as well. I do need to finish off how to display the Vidiyo figs with their albums and their little tiles and all of that sort of stuff. I also don't really have any room for expansion in the mini doll area for the princesses. Obviously we won't be getting any more Sesame Street figs, highly unlikely, and obviously Lego Movie 2 and the Trolls is all finished, so I feel kind of comfortable with how that's sitting. I can probably move the DC Superhero Girls down a shelf and expand out the mini dolls for the princesses along that way as well, so that's a complete possibility. But also I've not really been able to display my friends' mini dolls either, so that's a big concern for me. So I will probably need to figure out a separate place to be able to display my friends' mini dolls. So there is my display wall so far. Lots more to do still. I hopefully will be able to do another update once I potentially get the picture frames in, or I might just post a photo over on Instagram, and then I'll also continue to work on this bottom shelf and figure out a few more bits and pieces. Thank you so much for watching. It's always great to catch up with you all. Take care and bye bye.